This room is spinning too fast for me now. Can't grab anything to keep control. They pumping through my brain. Old memories turn to lies. When will this nightmare turn to day? You won't go away.
Hi, and welcome to another episode of Open the Door, where we discuss, personal matters, personally what matters to you. And this is the second episode, actually. We went ahead and left off with me talking about, how my life was kind of shitty at the moment. Language, see? PG-13! Again. Kind of shitty at the moment. I had my own car, my own place, and I was in a relationship. Everything was okay. I had my own issues at the time, so it all kind of spiraled down to where nothing outside was really affecting me. It was just me affecting everything else on the outside. I didn't want to live anymore. I didn't want to deal with everything, so I committed myself. And the big reason was, so China had this giant earthquake, right? Thousands of people. I think it was 10,000. Maybe I'm over-exaggerating, but that happened. And I was I suffer from a hero complex also, where I feel like if I can't save somebody, and even though it's clearly not my fault, I feel like, I should have been able to do something. And I mean, come on. Earthquake in China, killing thousands of people. There's nothing I could have done. It was out of my control. But, I still suffer from that from time to time. I try to, think my way out of it. It's there's nothing I could do. Okay, so it happens. I still feel guilty about things that I couldn't do. It's stupid, I'm sure, to other people. But for me, it was it was real, It's all right, well, I can't deal with that. I couldn't save him. I'm going to commit myself, I'm sorry, it was either I'm going to die because I couldn't do this, or I'm going to commit myself, and I chose, obviously, the better of the two, commit myself. I explained a little bit, went in, fill this paperwork. They said, okay, talk to the doctor. Okay, suicidal watch. Okay, 72-hour hold. I apologize, I do speak a bit fast. I will try and slow down. It's a suicide watch is a 72-hour hold, mandatory by law, all that stuff. So they held me for that long. And then they said, well, we want to watch you longer. Okay, so I had more issues while I was in there. Really didn't help me at all. I had a psychiatrist, psychologist, therapist, and group therapy, which it was cool to listen to other people's stories and their lives and stuff like that and their problems. And of course, being who I am, I try to interject and help them with their problems, and the therapists are thanks for helping kind of thing, but you're in here to deal with your problems, with their problems. On the side, I felt I was doing my own therapy, but they didn't feel that way. So I was in there for about probably almost a month. My insurance wouldn't cover the rest, so I had to get out. But it was for me, it was more vacation than anything else. Yeah. Not so much therapy, but vacation. It was fine for what it was. Vacation. Anyway, you just heard Rabbit Hole by Eden View, and it's off their debut album of It's About Time. You can listen to them on iTunes, Amazon, and anywhere music streams, or that you can purchase it online. So go ahead out there, iTunes, Amazon, purchase their album. It's called It's About Time from Eden View. A great band. I'm going to play them throughout this podcast. I wanted to continue from the last one so you guys weren't left off what happened. But yeah, so again, I'm going to continue from the last podcast, explaining a few more things, and hopefully I can end it on this one, and you can be left with conclusion, some closure of what my life at that moment was, and sometimes still is in my head. So yeah, that's Eden View. Here's The Real Me. Apologize. Running a podcast through my phone. It is not the greatest thing to do, but it works, I guess. You got to do what you got to do. So again, I was in the hospital for a while. Let's see here. I went ahead and put on my tablet, where I'd stopped. Okay, here we go. I still suffer on the daily, hourly even sometimes. So I take that minute by minute, which is baby steps, totally baby steps. It's really, it's a trip, People are like, I plan my day to day, or week by week, or month, or year, whatever. So they'll plan it for a full year, and I'm like, wow, good job. I have to plan my day probably hours, hours by hours. What am I going to do this next hour? How am I going to feel? What can I do to change that if it's bad? I'd like to be able to say every day's a rainbow, and I'm just happy-go-lucky, but that's not true. Nobody is all the time, and I would, I'd like to find that person who is happy all the time and be like, you need some pills so you can be normal. I mean, unless it's, happiness is contagious, sure, but you can't be happy all the time. You got to be real. I don't know. Anyway, so back to my story here. Sorry. So I mean, I want to commit suicide, and it's been a long time. I still have the thoughts on the daily. Sometimes I just block them out, and because of my negative thought process, it's taken me, I don't know, 24 years, whatever, to recognize that, it's obviously to recognize the small bits, tiny increments of, yes, this is a negative thought. Let's try and change that. But I haven't yet got over that hurdle where I recognize it quick enough to where I can get over it right away. It's taken me a long time, and I'm like, I really don't think I know it's taking enough. I tell my wife it's negative, I'm just having negative thoughts. She's always got my back. She's like, if we need to talk, I'm here. I love you, all that stuff. It's great. I'm awesome. I'm awesome. Everything is awesome. Okay, don't want to do that copyright laws and everything. Anyway, no, she's awesome. There you go. But yeah, let's see. So fatherhood has actually helped a lot. It actually gets out of my head. I get out of my head. I get into my boys' head. They're like, what are we gonna do, Dad? Let's play some Legos. Let's play some Thomas the Train. Let's play some Chuggington. Let's run around the backyard like crazy animals. Let's play the sprinkler. It's too cold now, but we play the sprinkler summertime. They're awesome. Yeah. They love being chased. My youngest loves being scared. He's crazy. But yeah, they are my therapy for the moment, Again, I suffer from negative thought patterns, severe depression, post-traumatic stress disorder from my father dying when I was younger. He died of leukemia, cancer of the blood. I was 12, and then 2 years later, my brother died from a drug overdose. So I'm like, whoa, my older brother dead, boom, father dead. Oh my gosh, it's crazy. I mean, how do you handle that? But I was the rock. I was the person that, oh my gosh, I'm so sad. It's okay, blah. And then I grew up, I think, from me being the rock as a kid. Not the rock, not like Dwayne Johnson. I'm the rock, wrestle everybody. No, that guy's cool. Cooler than me. And so I was the rock. I tried my best to hold it together. There was moments where I definitely broke down and cried. And I grew up an angry child. I think because of that, too. I used to punch holes in my walls. I used to yell and scream at my mom. My gosh, I don't know how she handled it, But I grew out of that, too. I learned that I'd rather be an emotional kid than an angry one. So instead of being angry, I decide, I'm either going to be angry at you or I'm going to be a ball of tears, I guess. I mean, I don't want to hurt people, I don't want to hurt people anymore. So it's I choose my path. You choose your path. Yeah. So, we all choose our path. Anyway, so back to the story. And my oldest says, I love you, Daddy. That is the greatest thing in the world right now to me. Let's see. Sorry, I'm reading from what I wrote earlier about, I have a memory issue too, so if I don't write it down, I will forget. Although it's my memories, so I can just talk about whatever goes on. But it's more of a place marker for me. I got about 5 minutes left, so we'll continue. We'll probably finish it up here. If not, I don't mind making a third one. I think it's going to be good for me, and I do hope it helps a lot of people too. So I was in the hospital for about a month, mental hospital up in North Dakota, Fargo, North Dakota. Yeah. And okay, so the movie wasn't all filmed in Fargo, North Dakota. The movie Fargo, only a little bit was. So boom, facts. Fact check. I don't know. You can Google it, I'm sure. They'll tell you. But the movie, the TV series Fargo, I don't know. Anyway, that's another podcast thing. I don't have a name for it yet. I haven't done anything yet, so we'll see. The hospitals are not like the ones you see in the movies, like the One Flew Over the Cuckoo's Nest, and that's pretty much all I can compare it to, because in my head I can't think of any other mental hospital movies. That's about it. Like, if you ever see, like, Justice League cartoons, the Joker, mental hospital, it's not like that either. I mean, we all have our own rooms. They don't lock us in at night. They didn't lock us in at night. No, wait. Yeah, they did lock us in. Sorry, they locked us in at night. There, we had our own bathroom and everything too, so we were fine. 2 to a room. Sometimes people had breakdowns in there, but it wasn't like people bounced off the walls crazy. Although there was levels in the hospital I was in, and they put me in the highest level first. And then what you do is the calmer you were, the lower level you go down, and obviously closer to the exit of the building. I made it all the way to the lower level, of course. I think what eventually I wanted to do was, get out of there. So my goal was, like, how low can I go? How low can you go? Limbo. Okay. So anyway, yeah, it's not. I wouldn't recommend. I mean, okay, I'd recommend the therapy and the help if it helps you. If medication helps you, great. Go and do it. Get it done. Get on with your life. I've suffered enough. I feel like I need to get on with my life. And I am. Just slowly, Slowly. If this podcast helps you at all, I'm glad. If you need more help, just email me. Text me. I'm sorry, not text me. Twitter me? No, message me at Twitter, sorry. Josh Myhall so it's at Josh Myhall. JOSHMIHAL. Or my Facebook. If you're finding this on Facebook, just message me on Facebook. Say, hey Josh, I'm going through this stuff, If we want to talk through it, cool. If I got the time, I'm definitely going to try to make time for you, but I'm a trucker on the road, driving to make money for my family. It's what I do, And then at night, I do some podcasting, and I want to thank Kevin Smith at Smodcast for, getting me into this. He's like, just do it, you'll love it. I'm 2 episodes only of this one. I have another one. I think it's called, let's see, let's find out. It is called Now That's a Good Read. It's basically about comics, but I'll probably go into, obviously, just books as well. Maybe audiobooks as well, I'm not entirely sure. But it's about reading comics and stuff. 2 minutes left in the episode. So we're going to, right now this song is playing. It's called Glass by Eden View. You can kind of hear in the background a little bit. Here, I'll be quiet for a minute. If you couldn't hear it, just go back and turn it up, a little bit. Eden View, It's Almost Time. Oh, It's About Time is the album. I apologize. iTunes, Amazon, anywhere else you can stream and buy the music. I'm sure it's out there. Buy it, stream it, recommend it, comment, say it's awesome. I love it. I heard it here on Open the Door by Josh Myhall. And that's me, folks, Josh Myhall. I'm just giving you a daily glimpse into my life, my past life, in this life, not other past lives. I believe in that too, but again, another episode, or maybe another episode of this, maybe, I don't know. Anyway, so, I suffered through a lot of stuff. I came out of the hospital. I had lost my job, lost my car, lost a place to live. I moved back to California, was in a few relationships. That didn't work out, obviously. I think it's me. They think it's me. So we agree. It's me. No, we all have our own issues. And this last song I'm playing is called Road to Nowhere by Eden View. It makes sense. I mean, like, sometimes I'm lost. I have no idea where to go. I don't turn to religion because it's just not my thing. I'm a Buddhist. Not practicing. I just believe in the fact that, I don't want to hurt anybody, kill anybody. I got to be nice. That way the next life is what I'm shooting for. That way I'm something bigger, something better, kind of thing. I don't know what. But even like a butterfly or fucking... Sorry for the language there. Or something, something better. Anyway, I'm going to leave you with this. Do the best to your ability to not let your disability disable you. That's just kind of mantra I started, and I'm going to try to follow. So have a great day, great evening, whatever it is, afternoon. And you go out there and just help somebody out, give them a hug. Listen to somebody. That's the best thing you do. Listen. And that's my story. That's most of my story. If you want to listen to more, I'm going to do more podcasts, so don't worry about it. I will see you. Well, I can't really see you. You will hear me on the next podcast. Talk to you then.